Welcome back to another Zero Context Patreon stock advertising my Patreon content one out of context theater moment at a time. I finished up the second book of the Blood and Ash series, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, before jumping into the first of the Souls trilogy with Her Soul to Take. Then I spent the last 2 days of the month in the start of Magnolia Parks. I'm not leaving, I lifted my chin when he spun back to me. You'll have to make me. You'll have to drag me all the way back to Atlantia yourself. I want to ask if she's stupid, but I already know the answer to that. The Singular Scout managed to come back reports that over 1,000 men are marching towards them, destroying everything along the way, and this dipshit wants to stay here. I don't understand any of this. Like, how do I want to stab you and kiss you at the same time? And I know that you said that I deserve to be with somebody who didn't kidnap me or someone I didn't want to stab. I would also like to add that it's been like a week since Cass pulled the wool off from her eyes. Like, girl, calm the fuck down. I know that we're 400 pages deep into this book, but it's still been a motherfucking week. The gathering clouds had turned the sky the black of midnight from the east to the west and to the south and north, and a single trace of sunlight could be seen even though it couldn't be more than an hour or two past noon. My gods, Fernanda whispered. Castile rose swiftly, bringing me with him. He pulled me to his side as he stared up at the black sky. Is this an omen? I asked. It is, Jasper confirmed, his voice raised. I haven't seen anything like this since your mother and father married, and even then Castile wasn't like this. Right, an omen, and nothing to do with the massive army marching towards you and burning everything as they go. My god, these people are stupid. There are a lot of what-ifs here. Alistair and Kieran wouldn't have to travel non-stop. A sizable group of our soldiers would have had to near Sion's cave and ready to travel. Fear trickled through me, but I didn't give it room to breathe, to grow. Having fear wasn't a weakness. Only the foolish and false claimed to feel no fear, but that emotion could spread like a plague if given too much thought. I couldn't think of what could happen if we hadn't been able to hold off the Ascended, if Kieran and Alistair hadn't been able to send reinforcements in time. And that's not taking into consideration the mist and the Saktos and how it would have responded to such a presence. Emil paused. Your Highness, I jolted at the title. Excuse me? Castile glanced at me, a slight grin appearing in the moonlight. In case you've forgotten, I'm a prince. My eyes narrowed. I hadn't forgotten. And we're married, he continued, which makes you a princess. I know that, but the princess thing isn't official. I haven't been crowned or whatever. It's customary to refer to your Highness or my princess, even before the crowning, Nail explained. Can we not? I asked. It would be considered a great dishonor, Nail paused. Your Highness. Ah, yes. This is exactly what I wanted to read about right now. Poppy getting into an argument about how legal that her new title of princess actually is. Castile, I whispered. Slowly he turned from the grotesque sight and eyes nearly as black as an Ascended met mine. I knew there would be no more talking. Locking down my senses and shutting off my emotions, my horror and fury, I exhaled roughly. Kill as many of them as you can. Releasing the golden swords from his side, he spun back to the edges and leapt. Why was that not the original goal? These people were babies from the arms of their parents and eat them. One of them grabbed Poppy and almost killed her because he couldn't fucking control himself. They literally kidnapped first Cass and Malik because they found how to have eternal life if they drink the blood of an Atlantean. The point of talking ended a long time ago. These people are psychos. You didn't need to try and parlay with them. Atlantia had reclaimed Spepsa's end. Wrong. They never lost control over it. They defended it. Words have meaning, even when you don't fucking know what it means. It still means the original meaning. I'm sorry, I didn't know this area was forbidden. I didn't know that you've heard about me, but I'm not an Ascendant, and I never chose to be the maiden. I fought against the Met. You're something worse, I won't interrupt, and I realized she had something in her closed fist. We know what you really are. We know how you managed to gain the Prince's trust, Empath, the Salt Leader. Again, how the fuck have they managed to hold up this and for so long when they don't even seem to like other members of their own species all that much? The woman versus the vampires versus the guardians versus the soul leaders. Like, Jesus Christ, you people are exhausting. The sting of Rachel dumping me because I'd chosen to move out of the state was still potent, needling to my skin like a thorn. I don't know, I'm kind of on Rachel's side here. Like, nobody was forcing you to move. Ray's introductory chapter started with her saying that she wanted to stay behind to finish her last year of college, but in order to do that, she literally moved to a different state. Make it make sense. My subscriber count was being swiftly surpassed by newer channels that played up with the drama rather than the science of careful investigations. We use a Ouija board in Massachusetts' most haunted forest, attacked by demon. Millions of views for this shitty clickbait. It had only been up a few days. Skill issue. Make better videos. Shot in the green lens of night vision, I watched the group pretending to be possessed. I watched them run through the woods, shrieking, move a planchette around a Ouija board to form threatening messages. They all gasped. It was fake, all fake. I think the audience knew it was fake too, but judging by the comments, no one really cared. It was exciting, it was funny, it was entertaining. Dozens of channels pumped out content like this while mine wallowed behind on views because I insisted on the authenticity. I said what I said. Look, maybe I could just get a quick statement from you about the church. A spooky story you've heard, something. She spoke rapidly, leaving her out of breath. Fucking hell, she was one of those. A social media attention chaser who wanted everything posted, everything live. Now I knew she'd be trouble. I stormed aside, stopping her to continue on my way. I'm not interested in being in your little documentary or whatever it is that you're doing. Stay away from St. Thaddeus. Regardless of the demon in the church, I'm kind of on his side about it. She's not making these videos because she's interested in sharing legitimately good stories with the world. If she was, then she wouldn't be concerned with what her competition was doing. Instead, she's clearly more obsessed with numbers, with chasing clout and fame. She set her cards face down on the table, took a deep breath, and pulled the first card. It depicted a stone tower standing tall among a forest, flames licking at it from its upper windows as storm clouds gathered around it. Everly set the card down carefully and paused. They leave Everly at this point. But my mind was still on the cards. I didn't know much about tarot, but I think the last card I'd gotten a glimpse of would have been fairly obvious to anyone. A skeleton in a black cloak carrying a large scythe as it rode a white horse across a barren field. Death. Seriously, the author's gonna throw the tower at us and then have Ray be daunted by the death card? Give me a fucking break. Her name is Raylan Lawson, but Victoria tells me you already know that, don't you? Kent smoked. He was holding an enlarged student ID photo of her as well as one of her sitting at a bench between Jeremiah and Victoria. Bring her to us and ensure no one sees you. Make sure you leave no signs of a struggle. You are to make it appear as if she left her house of her own accord, drove to the coast, and it was in a wreck. Bring her to St. Thaddeus tonight at midnight, alive, unharmed, and blindfolded. Jesus fuck, dude. Whatever Leon does to you, it will be fucking justifiable. She truly doesn't understand. She thought I was merely here by coincidence. I was honestly stunned into silence at the realization. Never in all my centuries of existence had I been summoned by accident. R.I.P. Leon, you would have loved the dipshit teens in the woods with a grimoire made of suspicious leather, genre of horror. She walked to campus that day. I swear the woman had no sense of survival at all. She's dumber than a bag of rocks, I will admit. It shouldn't be real. It couldn't be real, but it was. Snarling white eyes shot through with reddened veins rolling about in its head. It stalked into the church and rose up on thin, deer-like black limbs. Its teeth clamped eagerly, a sound like the shouting of a cat chasing a bug emitting from its bare bone jaws. Leon, my voice was a hiss, tense and desperate. My hands were knotted up in his shirt. Leon, do something. Do something. He shot me a narrowed-eyed glare and said mockingly, "Oh, Leon, do something. Save me. Please, oh, please. What happened to be gone, demon? What happened to trying to bash my head in with a crucifix?" He's kinda got a point. It's all fun and games until the demon who doesn't want to play act of being human shows up. "I can't just move," he said. I don't have the money yet. Then stay in at night, board up your windows, burn rosemary and sage from sundown to sunrise. I'll hate the smell of it, and stay away from the goddamn Hadleys. She frowned. Why? If Kent is a magician, maybe he can help me. I scoffed. Not a single member of that family is interested in helping anyone but themselves. Did she fucking miss the part when Leon told her that the Hadleys are directly responsible for people going missing? She has the survival instincts of a fart in a tornado. And got to work editing my footage. Leon had arrived just in time the night before, but I couldn't depend on a demon to keep saving me. I had to get this evidence out to people who could help me, and fast. Again, I don't know who was going to watch a video like that and think that a literal demon killed her. The Winchester brothers aren't real, babe. Tea and cookies? I took it as he offered them, breaking rapidly in shock. He'd made my favorite mint tea. Not that he could have possibly known it was my favorite, and stacked 3 chocolate chip cookies on the plate. Why is a literal demon somehow better at aftercare than so-called BDSM master Christian Grey? Geez, the bar is quite literally in hell with this one. Ray, consider this your formal invitation if I haven't invited you already. Victoria smiled brightly. I honestly can't remember who I invited and who I haven't. Like half the campus will be there. A Halloween party. That was perfect. Oh boy, can't wait for them to try and murder her on Halloween. Despite the fact that Ray and Inya were talking about horror movies not even a page earlier, it's like Ray has never actually seen a horror movie in her entire life. I mean it, Ray, do not piss off the Fae. She won't, because it's a completely different romance genre. We're here to fuck demons and only demons, thanks. I just wanted to make sure you didn't believe something like that, he said softly. We're not like that. We just want you to feel welcome. His hand leaning against the bench moves closer. His knuckles are touching my thigh. I just want you to feel at home. Even if you remove the demon aspect from the story, Jerry's behavior still comes off as creepy and predatory, like one wrong move from this turning into the start of an episode of Law & Order SVU. A knot of anxiety had been growing tighter in my stomach with every day leading up to October 31st and this legendary Halloween party that had half the university campus suddenly seeming to be talking about it. I guess I was now regarded as having some kind of in with the Headleys because I'd gotten approached more than once by people on campus that I didn't even know, asking if they could get an invite to the party or if the party was just, open to everyone. I don't give a shit if it will tank your social standing. Do not go to the creepy murder family's Halloween party. Jesus fucking Christ, why is this so hard for people to understand? The open window showed only our reflections until I passed by it and a floodlight flickered on below, illuminating a large section of the lawn. Motion caught my attention, and as I stared I saw something dark and skeletal creep back among the trees. They'd follow me here. Of course they had. I couldn't shake these monsters no matter where I went. It would serve the Hadleys right if the Eld attacked their dumb Halloween party. Kent didn't look angry, he didn't even look surprised. He sat in a thickly cushioned leather chair, puffing his cigar, and the vanilla mahogany scent of it wafting around the room. His pale gray suit was unbuttoned, as if he just said in for a relaxing evening. He wasn't even supposed to be here. You are literally in his house, in his goddamn bedroom, and you're upset that he's there? Girl, it's you who aren't supposed to be there. What the fuck is the matter with you? Even if you remove the supernatural element from this, there's no situation in which Ray and Leon are in the right. I recognized the haunting gravel tone as antisocial masochistic rage by Ghost Main, and I'd always thought my music taste was creepy. Yet you recognize the exact song from only listening to it a little bit. Pot, Kettle, Black. I imagine not after that little treat I slipped in your drink. We could have had so much fun. He took a step forward, and I took a quick step back, which made him laugh. Was he serious? He was going to admit to drugging me that easily? He clearly inherited none of the family's intelligence. The boy's about 99 cents short of $1. I really wanted those chips and cookies. That's your priority here? You literally witnessed as your demon boyfriend beheaded and disemboweled some people, and you're thinking about motherfucking snacks? You've come to me at last, Raylan Lawson. My mind couldn't comprehend what my eyes were seeing. Despite not having my glasses, somehow what lay before me was perfectly clear. Can we, move the fuck on? It's been several chapters of this shit without any actual plot movement. We get it. Let's get to the demon slaying and end this story already. Jesus fucking Christ. What have you done? God's voice slithered inside my ears like a cold, sharp wire protruding my eardrums. What have you done? You offered your soul to another? You betrayed your God. Maybe you should have told me this before. I don't know, man. I don't know you. Mew Mew, I tell him, catching his eye in the mirror. I love his eyes. He nodded coolly. Slept with a Mew Mew model last week. I hate his eyes. I glare over him for a second, swallow heavily to compose myself before smiling carefree. I don't care. Our eyes lock and hold, and I don't just hate his eyes, but all of him for a second, for knowing how he knows me, for seeing through everything I say, for doing that with anyone but me. He shrugs indifferently. He's being BJ Ballantyne, my first everything. Really. Love, time, heartbreak. I fucking hate this already. We're still on page 1 and it's already a dumpster fire of a relationship. Please stick around for the next 300-ish pages and find out exactly how shitty that they are together. Her dad. I mean, you know who her dad is. Harley Parks, the producer. I don't know who he is, because these people are fucking fictional. Maybe this is supposed to be funny, but at some point actually telling the story needs to happen, and I feel that the author is so caught up in the aesthetic vibe of her story that she literally forgot to tell the fucking story. Stay connected by joining Patreon as a free member, which gives you access to the same content you've been enjoying on Tumblr. However, for just $1 a month, you can join my Patreon and get access to this month's Booksnark, plus enjoy early access to my free daily start. Thanks for watching. See you next month, guys.